let's talk multiverses. It's a bold opener, isn't it? There's loads of people in the car park because I've just been to see Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and obviously it was rammed. So they're all now flooding out, and I'm the weirdo in our car talking to our phone. But here we are. This is what I do. It's my thing. So, new Marvel movie. I don't really know where to start. As ever, no spoilers because you're a dick. But it's quite difficult to navigate around because there's a lot in it and I don't want to give anything away. So I will do my best to review it without spoilers. Benedict Cumberbatch is back as Dr. Stephen Strange. This is obviously following on from the events of Spider-Man No Way Home, in which we had multiverse shenanigans, when we had villains and heroes from other worlds leaking through into, I was going to say our world, but the central universe of the MCU. Does that make sense? Yeah, of course it does. So, we have, Doctor Strange doing his thing, not being Sorcerer Supreme, because as we know now, from Spider-Man No Way Home, that's Wong. And then out of nowhere, we've got a great big monster, squid type thing with a massive eye, who appears to be chasing down a teenage girl. So it's all very early doors that happens. And that kickstarts the plot of the whole film. The young girl is called America Chavez, I think her name was. And she's played by a young actress called Xochitl Gomez. If I'm pronouncing her first name wrong, I do apologise. She's never going to say this, but, you know, if I've got it wrong, I do apologise. I did look up how to say it. And she has the power to move between multiverses. Presumably the only one who has the power to do so. And somebody wants that power. I don't really know what I can actually say anymore at this point. I mean, you'll know if you've seen trailers that Wanda Maximoff, aka Scarlet Witch, does play a part in this film, quite a big part. Played, of course, by Elizabeth Olsen, who is very excellent. We also get to see Chiwetel Ejiofor again, who is Mordo, who, if you remember your original Doctor Strange film, which I rewatched last night, he was part of, he was one of the Ancient One's pupils, and then he got in a big old huff and flounced off. So we get to see a version of him. Rachel McAdams is back as Dr. Christine Palmer. Obviously Benedict Cumberbatch is Dr. Stephen Strange. Benedict Wong, I love Benedict Wong. Like, I just love him. Because he's obviously a British actor. He was in the amazing, it's called 15 Stories High. Channel 4 sitcom with the late, wonderful Sean Locke. It's the first thing I ever saw him in. I think he's in Danny Boyle's Sunshine. And then, yeah, obviously popped up years ago as part of the MCU as the character of Wong in Doctor Strange. And I just love him. And he's in No Way Home a little bit. And he just bobs up. And he's funny. And I just love him. So, yeah, loving a bit more Wong in my life. All the performances are great. It kind of goes without saying. You don't tend to get duff performances in these films. There are some shocking moments. There are some gasps. I will tell you this. When the film finished, I mean, it was a big audience and there was some murmurings when things happened. But when it finished, somebody tried to start a round of applause and I was like, sorry, we're British. We're not going to clap the film. I mean, the atmosphere for Spider-Man No Way Home was like off the scale. It was, I was going to say it was electric, which sounds a bit wanky, doesn't it? But it was like properly buzzing in there. And like the atmosphere in there was great for Doctor Strange, but like it's not, we're not applauding films now. No, thank you. get back in your box. There are 2 post-credit sequences, as expected. There's a midway through one and then an end one. I can't say anything about those either. The first one sets up things to come, which has become a bit of a pattern. We get, you know, a flash of a new character, or a suggestion of where we might be going next. Did I enjoy it? Yes, I did. It wasn't as funny as perhaps the first Doctor Strange film. There are some laughs. It's quite trippy because of the whole multiverse thing. This is what I need to say right before I go, because I can't say much about the plot without giving stuff away. I need to say this as a responsible parent. Please think carefully before taking young children to see this. And I shall tell you for why. This might be an MCU film, it might be a Doctor Strange film, it might be part of Phase 4, it might be all those things. I tell you what else it is, ladies and gentlemen, it's a Sam Raimi film. Sam Raimi films are scary. This, wow. Like, we are pushing that 12A certificate and flexing it as far as it will go. This is absolutely, unequivocally a Sam Raimi film. And if you don't know what I mean by that, he directed The Evil Dead. That was his first film. He did The Evil Dead, he did The Evil Dead 2, he did Evil Dead 3 Army of Darkness, he made Drag Me to Hell. He did also make the first 2 Spider-Man films with Tobey Maguire. So there's a lovely balance and symmetry to all of it, that he's back. You know, now that the MCU is a real, I mean, not that it wasn't a real thing back then, but when he did Spider-Man, obviously we had no idea. It's 2002. We didn't know what was to come. We didn't know. It was 20 years ago. Jesus Christ. We didn't know all the joy that lay ahead of us. And I love this world. I love the way they weave into each other, that you get characters moving across. And when you change the rules with something like multiverse and magic, you can bring people back from the dead, or you can have moments where you see characters again. Like, I love it. I love it so much. But Jesus Christ, proper Sam Raimi film. With a 12A certificate, admittedly. But there are some really hairy moments. And I know you know, if you're watching this as a parent, you know your kid. It's fine. But if your child is like 6 or 7, but he loves the Marvel films, he loves Spider-Man, he loves, like, just approach with caution. It's got some hairy moments in it. And a couple of, well, at least one decent Sam Raimi jump scare, because he does love a jump scare. It also has a cameo, which you'd expect from a Sam Raimi film. I shall say no more than that, but if you're a fan, you'll know exactly who I mean, so apologies because that is a bit of a spoiler. But if you're a proper Sam Raimi fan, you would go into this film expecting to see that person, and I'm happy to see that that person is in there. I feel like I'm talking in code now. It's very good. All in all, if you stay for the credit sequences, which you should, it's 2 hours, so it's not too long. Performances are cracking. It's a good story. I'm excited as ever to see where we go next. It's bloody scary in places, so please think about small children and whether or not it's appropriate to take them. Maybe wait until, you know, come and see it yourself by all means, but maybe wait for it to be available to stream or buy before you let small humans see it. But it's your call. If they have nightmares forever, I did try to warn you. Yeah, it's very good. Elizabeth Olsen is superb. I can't really say anything else, can I? I mean, if you're a Marvel fan, you're going to go and see it anyway. So what difference does this make? Absolutely none. I'm done now. Thanks for listening. Please do like and subscribe and share and all that jazz. See if we can get me up to 115 subscribers. That would be nice, wouldn't it? But until next time, boys and girls, good night. Katie out.